ladies and gentlemen, rude boys, side tings, bench warmers, gender non-binary entities. We are back, and I'm joined
All
as
inclusive.
always. Yeah, it's super inclusive. By the legend Ian Streetz. How the devil are you, my good friend?
Very, very well, sir. How about yourself?
It's been a day. It's been
Thriving?
flourishing, thriving, and abundant. But with the caveat of it's been one of the days where, well, to be fair, not a day, towards the evening, where you ask the question, why did I leave it in? Right? Because they have been awful all night. Like awful, awful, awful. I still say to my wife often that NCT owe us money from stupid parenting classes. They just don't tell you the fucking thing. They don't tell you at random your 5-year-old is going to be possessed by a fucking Beelzebub and she just becomes just death. And that's what we have. And my youngest basically lives to do whatever she wants when she wants, but also
Standard.
lives just to make people laugh.
I wonder where she gets that.
It's such a bad mix when someone's having a complete meltdown and the other one's like whipping quips at them that just ignites it even more. For people on the YouTube, listen. Yes, I'm wearing an X-Brain t-shirt, and what? It will never change me. And you know, when people get bought out by sponsors, to quote the legend Garth Algar, that's just really sad. Don't give a fuck, do I? Right. Streets, but this will be our second of the week, and we've got another one coming up at the end, which is a history one, but they're their own thing. Don't worry about
Banging them out.
Banging them out. There's actually been quite a lot since we sat down in the virtual studio.
Yes.
That's gone on.
Yeah.
Shitloads. As well as something pretty important that was missed from the last one that does need to be done. I truly think that as historically we missed out on it, we've got to go on that one. Start.
Yep, for sure. And big up Antoine, our man, brother Dunn. Was like, I can't wait for the podcast. Can't wait to hear what you guys said. I'm like, fuck, I was so busy ranting about Romero. Totally forgot this rant. Essentially legalized murder. Israel Madrimov in his fight with Eric Walker. I think it was like the 9th round. Anyone that missed it, just pull up the highlights. Have a look. 9th round. He basically takes his head off with a hook.
Yeah, and he gives it a Joe Frazier, doesn't he? He gives it the leaping gazelle hook.
Leaping from the other side of the ring.
Irons him.
Right, just mullers him out.
But he also gives it the Soviet shoulder, doesn't he? So he gives it the elbow and then he comes in with just the boop, have that.
But what kind of lethal shoulder do you have to knock someone the fuck out from it? This isn't Lethway. You don't get the 2 minutes recovery time where they can bite on your ears until you're back conscious. If you ain't back, and the ref's like, oh, he's got 5 minutes to recover. The guy's rolling around barely conscious. It's like, I'm pretty sure that was a punch, mate.
He almost fell out the ring. He went flat on his back with his arms up.
Yeah, and his eyes are rolled back in the back. A shoulder don't do that, mate. Come on.
Yeah, what are your shoulders made of?
How much did he have riding on Walker? How much was like, fuck it, I'm getting this decision.
So we've had refs since boxing's been back that are just, I'm guessing, counting to justify their position, right? And then you've got
Prove
other
they
ones.
can.
Yeah, other ones. I mean, to be fair, 10 is our limit. Other than that, there's other ones that are just like benign. Like, what are you there for?
Yeah.
How can you miss that call? Excuse me. It didn't even look like, from his perspective, he was right in front of them. Like, he couldn't have been in a purely better position. Like, he didn't get spun, he didn't get tangled up in it. He was directly behind them. He saw this enormous left hook go in.
You hear the crack too.
Boop, and he went out. He went out and he didn't really pop up. I don't even know what that actually made it to Corona versus my income. On Sunday morning, it was just like, oh, all right, then I'll have some of this. It was suboptimal and a terribly bad call.
But really was. I mean, just ref, I think, had blindfold on or something. It was just like kind of Stevie wondering.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
I think everyone should see that.
You got to see this.
And you just go, what are you going on about, mate? Like, where are you from? So since we convened and went over last step, We got some Canelo stuff. We've got some
Yep.
Khan.
Yep.
We've got a lick of the UFC, right? Just a lick, just a lick.
Just a tip.
We're going to break down Fight Camp week 4, which we touched on a little bit in the last one because it's on pay-per-view. Maybe a light explanation of the WBC Diamond Belt and what that all means, because it all kind of came into play today, didn't it? When it was just like, what this actually means is, and then a little bit of other just little newsy news. Talk to me how you feel about Canelo Alvarez. You know, if he's not number one, it's number 1A with him and Lomachenko for the biggest stars.
Yep.
Fighting the geezer who gives you a doner kebab at the end of the night. It has to be, right? Listen, chili sauce for you, boy. Salt and vinegar. Like, he works at Sheesh in Loughton. Shout out to Sheesh. Boom.
Mate, there was a brilliant post popped up, and it was like, because it read super official, and it's like, we are deeply saddened by the news of Canelo being signed to fight Yildirim. As he is one of our best drivers, we would like to be involved in all of his business negotiations. Signed Uber, and I was like, oh, that's fucking harsh.
That was so unnecessary. For those who don't remember who he was, because I didn't, but Streetz the professor did. He was the one that Chris Eubanks Jr. bludgeoned into oblivion.
Yeah,
like it was unnecessary to see him fight Eubanks Jr., let alone Canelo. I don't know how they get this passed. I don't know how he gets a ranking. I don't know how he's
mandatory too.
Mandatory, yeah. But
how quick?
But how?
And let's do a little bit of maths here. So 1,000 days, Dillian can't get his shot with the WBC. Benavidez loses his belt on the scales on fucking Saturday. What is it? Now they're just like, oh, you know what, Canelo, you got to fight. It's the mandatory.
So we all know that I like connecting dots and I love a conspiracy. I'm a member of the truth-seeking community of the highest. Fact. He was Jose Suleiman's driver, home from the event, from the Benavidez fight, right? And
I'm going to sort you right out, mate.
He was probably on his Mexican BlackBerry, giving it the scroll, and he just went, I need someone. And he just went, oh, I've done a little bit. And he went, oh, yeah, I remember you. It's literally the only way politically that could have happened. If he just went, you're going to waive my fare. He went, of course I will. Have I got the shot? Right?
We'll call it square.
Yeah, we're square now. Like, there must be...
I mean, and...
If everyone...
Fucking hell, because there's levels to this, and like, full respect to Eubank, but you got to add another level of brutality when he gets in that ring with Canelo, because that's a different animal, right?
Yeah, it has to be a Kirkland style highlight, disgusting, like you know.
That video clip where his soul leaves his body is the best done.
It's one
video.
of the best ones, isn't it? It's absolutely just sensational, but. I don't understand. Like I mean, look at Streetz. He's had a rough day. Swigging raw spirits out of a bottle. Sure. Yeah. You keep asking me to go to their meetings with you as well. It's fine.
It is water.
Yeah. Speaking of extreme behaviour, to anyone and everyone that messaged me about how they take their true blue, don't listen to me, because it turned out today is that I've been 4xing the dosage. So I've been taking all 4 quadrants.
Going in hard, just limitless style. I could fucking
bunging it down the bottom, bunging it up the top, just like I'm on chew, just frothing a little bit. But apparently I was taking 4 times the dose. Apologies to anyone that asked that question, and I said, obviously, don't be a bitch and put the whole thing in. My bad. Enough of that.
Moderation's for pussies.
Everything in moderation, including moderation. That's the rules. I truly have no idea how he got the shot. I don't understand. I don't even know where he was ranked. I didn't even bother. Like, there's no point in Googling where he was ranked.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
apparently
the WBC.
#1.
Sure. Sure.
Like, I like see how they came to that conclusion, but you know,
Sure. I mean, could we go as far to say that Benavidez was actively avoiding him from
oh,
the
yeah,
Uber,
it must be.
from Uber pool? He kept getting him in Uber pool and kept getting beefed. But Libby,
Yeah, so I mean that's a weird matchup. And our man Amir Khan back in the socials today, calling out Oscar De La Hoya, just as you do. I
why?
mean,
What are you doing?
exactly why. I mean, it is a bit because Khan, the hand speed on that man is just fucking incredible. Can box his ass off. He gets drawn into firefights, which is not the best idea. But when he's on his game and he's boxing, fantastic. But I feel like he's just wasted so much time going for these mega fights.
Yeah. The thing is, he's one of those guys where, love him or hate him, he's had a fantastic career, and he's only young,
absolutely,
right? And he had that little phase where you would that he would pop up on Celeb Juice, and you're like, dude, you're 28, and you are proper slurry.
Yeah.
Let's stop, right? And you know, like, he's never really been like out. Oh, Canelo almost killed him. But other than that, like, every single time he's been stopped. He's never been out. Like, even in the Prescott, like he was chinning.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of hating Monday morning.
Yeah, exactly. He was done, but he was still awake. Like, he's not chinny. I just think he just gets drawn. He was everything that HBO wanted fighters to be, right? Fast, flashy, exciting. You know, multiple time world champion. He's got to be worth 30, 40 mil sterling, isn't he? He's got to be fine money wise. Like, what are you doing? Just go off into the sunset. Oscar, get back on the blizz, right? Get back on the blizz.
Scarface up, mate. Just live.
Argent provocateur. Get down there. Get some new outfits. And just have a nice time in Vegas. Like, you don't have to be fighting people. People are always going to know who you are.
Yeah.
Right? You're not out of the public eye that much for you to really, really, really need the attention this much. Right?
And Khan's not enough on the outskirts to be calling someone that's retired so long ago. Do you know what I mean? It's like Brooke was still banging on his door.
With this is it, right? If you're gonna fight someone, phone up Eddie, right? It doesn't have to be a stadium anymore because the stadiums are obviously on hold. But Brooke's biggest fight, Khan's biggest fight has to be each other. It's been going on for 10 years.
Too long.
Right? It's the same thing all over again. It's one of the only British clashes that you actually want to see anyway. And it's okay. It's Witter Hatton all over again. Khan doesn't want to give Brooke the payday.
Yeah.
Arguably, Brooke is gonna. You would have thought that Brooke would very much so. Absolutely, like I can't see how Khan could really do it. He can't do that with the in and out blitzing that he does.
He hasn't been active enough.
Exactly, but he's just going to get caught.
Yeah.
He's going to get chocolate brownie, but also don't say chocolate brownie anymore, please. There's just better bands, please. Just anything, please. But Khan versus Oscar. I mean, how old's Oscar now? Oscar's got to be 46, 47, isn't he?
I don't know. Actually, I don't think he's that old, really. It's just he's
I think you'll be surprised. I think he won gold in 92.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I suppose that does.
He won it in Barcelona. Oh, did he win it in Atlanta? Look at us. Look. Googling like we're on our
He's
first
47.
date. Oh!
Spot on, mate. Spot on.
Undefeated.
Mate, yeah. For some reason,
think,
I thought he was younger than that because I thought he was more like sort of the 44 territory.
No, Geezer's pushing 50. He's pushing 50 in a big way, and he just doesn't need to do this.
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean, also, like, you're a fucking promoter. That's where the cash is. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be hard up for a buck. But I mean, in fairness,
did he get divorced? He got divorced, though, didn't he?
Oh yeah, true.
I think Millie took him for a couple of quid.
Right out. But yeah, I guess in this instance it is Khan saying that. But yeah, Khan. It's just I don't know. That was an odd choice for me.
Very odd choice. Like you would like. I respect him. I mean, I stop calling Floyd because Floyd's done.
Yeah,
you're never going to get that chance. No one ever wanted it. No one believed you had a chance, right? Maybe come back knock off a few of the topper tier welters and maybe try and catch Manny, because Manny's 105 now. Manny's old as well. Manny's what, 41 now?
I think he's more than that.
Yeah, what, Filipino 41? Yeah.
Yeah, because
he's got to be, isn't he?
Because him and Floyd are not that far apart. I'm checking now. Hang on. Check this. 41. Yeah, so he's just cracked 40.
2 for 2, bruv. 2 for 2. Look at you ginning it up. Yeah, it's like it doesn't need to happen. It's clickbait of the highest. Just bin it off. Like, just do other things. Both of you do other things. Your boy, Johnny Jones.
Johnny Jones, vacate.
Why?
Vacate.
He's got to be going heavyweight then, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's going heavy. So he's been calling that for a while. Like, he was tormenting DC when he won the heavy belt. Like, I'm coming for that one too. Just like, and but mate, there's some. So Dana was saying in the build up to this one, whoever wins, there's a very lucrative fight against Jon Jones. So he was kind of saying to DC, like, if you get it, you obviously retire if that's what you want, but there is the Jon Jones fight. For Stipe, if he's contemplating, it'll be a good money fight. And then you've got the man, Francis Ngannou, waiting for his turn as well. So there is some fire fights coming up.
I'd like to see him at heavy.
Yeah.
I'd like to see just how, I mean, because like, you know, everyone knows who his brothers are and what his brothers are, and he's the little brother of them. So he holds his own with enormous men. And, you know, you hear all of the stories about him absolutely manhandling everyone.
Yeah.
You know, he's freakishly strong.
Set, he's a phenom.
He's an artist. He's an absolute artist, and an artist even more to the point where he just loves a little bit of yay and loves a little bit of Viagra and having a good old time. Did someone just call out?
Baddest man in the planet. He's just like living that in every fucking way. He's shooting guns now, shooting the archery, just living his dog to attack shit.
Absolutely, and he should enjoy himself, because he's got to be worth a couple of quid as well. Let's just not break any more old pregnant women's arms and legs again. That was not your finest moment, but you know, he's a creature of God now. Amen. Respect. Same as me. You know, Christian warrior. Jesus is our main motivators. Before we go into Fight Camp Week 4, the pay-per-view, shall we just go over very, very quickly that Roy Jones Jr. has said? So they've mucked about with the schedule, right? They moved it from September 12th to November 28th, and it sounds like they didn't tell him.
That's probably like...
Yeah, it sounds like they said, like, Mike went, we need to maximize the cash from this. Let's move the date and have a little bit more. And just no one told Roy. Like, because every time you see Roy on Graham or anything, he's training away like a lunatic. And then today on all of the sites, it's like Roy's got the right ump and he's looking at, like, just pulling out. So let's hope that he doesn't pull out. Because as much as I do and don't want to see that fight, it'd be a shame for him just to bin it off, right?
Oh, because for sure. And I mean, I do get it. He's like, look, if this whole thing is about you making more cash, but you're not paying me cash, fuck you, essentially. Like, I'm the one getting in there.
Yeah, you know, it should. You know, Mike's a bigger name, sure, and he's going to sell more pay-per-views, but Roy's not a small name.
Exactly.
What would be very, very concerning, though, is if Roy does pull out and they have to go and find someone else, because you have to be very, very, very concerned for Evander, or more concerned with Mike because Shannon might be available. Like, you just don't want it, right?
Both of them are all over the gram too. Like, Holyfield's been posting all his training vids.
Let's have it,
Shannon's
right? Let's
go, champ.
Yeah, both of them are out with Bo Hightower having the chisel in their fucking necks and their foreheads. They're getting all zhuzhed up and loose and ready. Let's not do it. Let's 100% stay away from that. We'll start with Fight Camp. But before we start with Fight Camp, today, in very solemn news, Pizza Express said that they're going to close another 73 stores. In these topsy-turvy, up is down, down is up, confusing times where governments say that you don't need to wear a mask in an office, but you do need to wear a mask when you go bowling. There's only one way to stay level and sane and razor sharp, and that is with CBD oil and hard nootropic, potentially not nootropic abuse like I've been doing, but with at least a little
rubbing
bit of
it in the
dabble.
eyelids and shit.
We have a very, very good source, and I don't know if you can read what my t-shirt says. Streetz, please bang it out. There we are.
X-Brain, expand your mind.
Yeah, man. .co.uk has all of your needs when it comes to human optimization. They are the European distributor of anything and all things on it. They have a fantastic selection of their own products, which includes CBD oil, protein, supplements that are going to help you win the war, because we are about to go into a war. Maybe with China, maybe a cold one, maybe a hot one. We don't know. But in and of itself, yeah, maybe just do a load of CBD, nootropics and protein just to go on the tube, right? Listen, we've started
Life's a battle these days. Time
exactly. Well, you don't even need to win. You just need to take an eye out on the way down. We've started a podcast to help for commutes, but there's no commutes anymore. Right? Yeah. Xbrain.co.uk. Coffee Combat saves you 30% off your entire order, I believe. There's been a decent amount of people that have been smashing out that code because I get the messages from them to say, is it coffee and combat? No, it's Coffee Combat, because much like the savings of the 30%, we're saving you characters and saving you pivotal time. Yeah, those nootropics are going to give you a millisecond extra cut when things are coming your way. AND is how you spell and that's not in the promo code. Coffee Combat, 30%, xbrain.co.uk. Please, Streetz, take us in to week 4, the pay-per-view, under the gears of Zebo. I'm kind of hoping that Eddie's been down to the South End fireworks sellers and he's got a job lot ready for everyone.
We can but hope, mate. I just hope he decks everyone out in that Povetkin-style clothing. I hope the ring people, everyone just comes out of that fucking gangster. All right, so first up, what we got? We got Alen Babic of Croatia, 3-0.
Before we do that, can we just go back over that tracksuit, right? They were 2 different colours of tartan. There was a red, a navy, and a white tartan that Povetkin had on, and his second tallest friend. And then the 2 short ones had navy and green, and it was just the most Russian shit that you possibly get, right? I don't know if there's anything more Russian than what he was doing. They just do not give a single fuck, do they?
Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
There are no rules. There's just none. Please,
take the rules and piss on him, mate.
Alen, yes. Alen, which is international for Alan, which is a shit name.
Yeah, we got Alen Babic.
The Savage.
So he's 10 years younger than Shondell Terrell Winters. So both of them known for their KOs. Babic, all of his wins by KOs. Yes, sir. Is that a hand up?
Yes. Yeah, that's a hand up. That's a hand up. Is Winters actually DMX? Because there's a picture of him shirtless flexing in a pair of jeans, right? And it is in and of itself exactly like DMX after a few of the coke overdoses. That geezer looks like everyone's mad uncle from fucking Wolverhampton. He looks terrifying. I want nothing to do with that guy. Absolutely nothing to do with him.
Yeah, mate. I mean,
sorry, please.
He's a big step up for Babic. That's for damn sure. Like, so he's been stopped twice. So he's knocked a lot of people out. Everyone except one person. He's got 12 KOs out of 13 wins, 3 losses. 2 of them were stoppages. But the last one's Joseph Parker. So he's fighting quality.
It's not bad.
It's a big step up. Babic hasn't fought anyone with a winning record yet.
Well, he's only got 3-0. He's had 3-0, hasn't he?
Yeah, 3 wins and 3-0.
3 wins, 3 KOs.
Yeah, against, no disrespect, but no one of note yet. So this is an interesting fight. Like, I don't know a whole lot about, but I'm guessing they're kind of fancying him to put him in this fight. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with him just as the wild card. You know what I mean? Like,
do we do picks with a pay-per-view card for week 4? Because I think we have to, don't we?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So are you saying Babbage loading up the deck?
Yeah.
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 Okay. I might be going for Darkman X
Do
because
it. Let's make
he
it
just
interesting.
he just scares me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, look, everything is in his favor. He's the more experienced guy. You know, he's heavier, aside from the age. But something about the matchup just makes me think there's a reason they're putting someone that inexperienced in, or maybe there's not.
My brother, when you have your promo Matchroom flex shot and you've still got your Costco 501s on, you are simply not to be mucked about with. That's like peak Kimbo garden fights.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah, the geezer's going to have like all slash marks on his forearm from knife fighting. Nah. Got to be winners for me, at least.
All right, let's see how this one goes down. What else do we have? So then we got Jack Cullen against Zach Chelly. So
It's Cullen's first at super middleweight, because he's a tall young man. He's like 6'3" and a bit, and I don't know how you make 160.
Right, like
Tough.
a big, and oh man. So lost recently to your recently anointed mayor of Shredganistan. Had that epic fight with Felix Cash. That was a proper tear up.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to fight Jason Quigley for this. Replacement is Zach Chelly, who's only 22. He's already 7-1, 3 KOs. His only loss was that Cody Davies, which I watched that fight. He dropped him early, like in the first. It was the second actually. So he did good and it didn't get the win. I haven't seen a whole lot of him, only a couple of his fights. This is again, this whole card is there's a lot of close fight. Yeah, they match up well. It's a real pick 'em fight. I'm going to go with Cullen purely on the fact of the experience. I've seen more of him, but I mean,
he's like 4 and a bit inches taller. He's very long. He's surely going to be a lot happier at super, right? He's got 8 pounds more to muck about with. 8 pounds is a lot.
Yeah, man. If someone told you in your cut, oh, actually, forget the last 8 pounds, you'd be fucking dancing on clouds. So,
touch.
But
we're going Cullen.
This could go either way. Both of them come to bring it. Like both their fighting style, they're there for it. So I mean, it should be a great fucking fight. I'm looking forward to it. But gun to my head, I'll pick Cullen.
Yeah. After that, we have maybe the most delicious named couple of fighters fighting each other of all time. They sound like Rocky characters. Luther Clay and Chris Congo.
I know, right?
Also, wait, what the fuck is a WBO global title? What's a global? Right? European, intercontinental, fucking you got North American, you got world. Does a global outrank the world? Does a world outrank the globe?
Fuck knows, mate.
That's a piss take, isn't it? I've never even seen that before. Have you?
Never. But mate, these belts that are coming out of the woodwork, fucking God knows what's next.
Like the WBO is liberties because they're the ones with the super champs and the fucking Tuesday champ and the weekend champ. But a global
Friday
champ. That's like being champion of Earth. But still being that's a world champion.
That's a fucking big win.
Global champ. Luther Clay, I quite like him. I don't. He's rocky, rolly, boxer, punchery. Neither one of them. I mean, they both seem a bit aggy, and they both seem like they're just whipping out the threats of KO, which normally means that it probably won't be a very exciting one. But 13-1, 11-0. They're pretty well matched. They're fighting for a global welterweight title, whatever that is.
Yep.
When the global title's on the line, what do we do?
Global welterweight title, yeah, fuck it hell.
Purely because I like the name Chris Congo more, I'm going Chris Congo.
You got on Congo, all right?
Yeah, I just like the name better. If only his name was Clay Congo or Luther Congo.
All right. So I'll tell you what. Let's make it interesting. I'll go Luther Clay.
Discuss.
Um, Make it interesting. No, because again, this is an absolute pick and fight again. Like the contests for this week's fight camp are so closely contested, and it could be like you could just rain down the wind. This is a tough one to bet on. Although to be fair, like I think the odds are pretty like it's pretty much
they're fairly evens.
Yeah.
You know, neither. I mean, both of them have got a bit on YouTube. They both have a style that will either completely mesh and it will be decent, or there's going to be a very, very tentative thing. But then, you know, I think Congo has had the bigger exposure, right? Congo's been on a few big Matchroom cards. Clay doesn't. You're doing it in the garden.
Yeah.
It's kind of negligible either way.
Yeah, for sure. And to be fair, like I think Congo definitely comes out on the winning end of it. Like I think he be the better pick, but we got to keep things interesting. You know what I mean? So fuck it, let's split it. We'll go.
I wonder what a global belt looks like. I wonder if it looks
right.
Exactly. I mean, if you're calling
just
it
a spinning
atlas. Ooh, what if it's round? What if it's got like the belt bit got a globe in it that you can spin? So stupid.
Or it just looks like a set of balls.
Yeah.
Fuck those, whatever.
I am never, ever, ever that surprised by a belt. Do you remember that one that Koto had for a while that was like the rap belt? It was like white and gold. It was like being the global king world champion of Puerto Rico. And it had like graffiti on it and shit. Like they just make them up as they go along. It's ridiculous.
It's like some of the women's belts. So now they're like bringing them in line with the men's. The belts look the same.
Yeah, they were taking the piss for a bit, weren't they? They were doing a bit of pastel, bit of florals.
Pink and so many angles on it. It's like you can kill someone with this shit.
Yeah, don't have daisies on the leather. Don't have Barbie embossed in it. It was bad. It was bad. But then there's still like that. There's still like powder blue, powder pink.
Yeah, I know.
To be fair, that takes us to the Yes, Queens.
Oh, mate, what a fight.
Question for you.
Yes.
Is Katie the queen or is Shields the queen? Because Brockhouse is gone now. And you know, I don't want to give McCaskill that shout yet because I think it's highly likely that Brockhouse comes back, takes her belts back. You know, let's move on.
And she's already got the L from Katie, so
exactly. Like it just eliminates it. So you got Shields, and you've got Katie. Who is the Beyonce of female boxing? Who is the queen bee?
Mate, Clarissa is an absolute savage. She is. She's a monster. And like, what I wish for her is like them defining fights, like, you know, almost for Layla to come back or someone to come back and just make one of them solidifying things because it's close to her. Like I really like Katie Taylor, like I really do. So I'm biasly going to go with her, but Clarissa is, you know, she's the.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot more. She's got a lot more backing, I think.
Yeah.
Also, when she first went pro, and the guy in the corner who was training her looked exactly like the guy from 12 years ago, who we all watched on YouTube, pushing his white Grand Cherokee up and down his driveway, building his own medicine balls, having these epic videos that would flash up at the bottom. Never neglect your less dominant side. Like the most intense dude, just giving it the
Ross
double unders.
Legend.
Is that Ross from Ross Training? Anyone that has their own name tattooed on their tit, legit legend.
Straight
I'm
up.
always going to be your fan.
Yeah.
Forever. When you're with Ross, I'm with you. I fucks with you forever when you're with Ross. Always and forever.
So that being said, and I'm glad I've made it clear how much I love Katie. I do not think she won the last fight.
No.
And so I guess there's a lot to go over in that. So the first time I watched it, I thought it was a robbery. I've watched it a couple of times since, and it gets closer each time you watch it, and I definitely not a robbery. It's a very close fight, and close. People say robbery anytime the decision doesn't go their way. It gets used a lot. In my opinion, a robbery is one where it's just blatantly should have gone the other way. For a close fight, that almost negates that being the opposite, because it's just like all it takes is a couple of rounds where it's close. One person sees it one way, one person sees it the other way, and that changes things a lot. I thought Delphine definitely did enough, because Katie started strong. She started well. She was using her boxing, and she just got dragged into a war, which
this is it. She got pulled into Delphine's fight, and
100%.
I think most people thought that she lost that night. Most people thought she got a very lucky decision, where the judges swayed by the crowds. Madison Square Garden. She's Irish. Everyone in New York and Boston, the second that they wear green, claim Irish ancestry, they always go for the Irish. You know what I mean? Like, every time she would go near her, the crowd would go wild. You can see how it can be, right? But yeah, definitely. Second time around, though, you would think that they have to have just been worked, because you can't have that blemish, right? You can't have that question mark, and maybe she has the perfect foil to Katie Taylor, because everyone has their bogeyman, don't they? Maybe that she just sticks to how she should have been and just boxes it and isn't fussed. There's no crowd to be entertaining. There's no drama to be had. Get out, win, put it behind you.
And so obviously mad respect to Pearson. Already said, I thought she won the last fight. What is she? 44-2, 18 KOs. Great records. That being said, I think Katie's the better boxer by far. And she's a very cerebral fighter. That night aside, she's got
a neck on her as well, isn't she?
Yeah, man.
She's got a fucking neck on her, boy.
She is fucking there for it, man. The way she puts together shots, angles, the footwork is just fucking beautiful to watch. She's one of them ones you could watch box all day. I don't think she'll make the same mistake again, because it's an easy mistake to make, especially when the emotions are running hot. You're unifying, like you said, the crowd's there. I think she's too smart to do that again. And I think that it's almost like what seems to happen in these matchups. Like Maidana, the first time he thought Mayweather, he just mean mugged him. And it was like, what the fuck? There's all these awkward angles you're not expecting. Second time around, he tried to box him. It's like he tried to scrub. And it's like, listen, man, you're not outboxing him. The thing you had was that. The one concern I have with the Pearson, especially when it's so much riding on it, with that awkward style, I really worry about like a clash of heads or an elbow or something, because she already cut her up in the last one, just because everything's gone into them shots, and she did everything she needed to as well to be like, this is not the amateurs, kind of them little hits after the bell, hitting low, leaning on her.
She used all her experience. 100%. Is there anything more terrifying than a white woman with cornrows?
Mate,
there's not much, is there?
She gets into the ring looking like she just got out of a fight too. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she comes in strong. With Katie, my little girl, actually, surprisingly, my 5, nearly 6-year-old actually really enjoys watching boxing of her own fruition, right? Yeah, it's quite sweet to see. Don't really want her watching it when it gets a little bit bloody, blah, 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 right? I have tried, because she had a real thing for a while of requesting to watch it with me. She has simply no interest in female boxing, with the exception of Katie Taylor. She watched all the way through her Netflix documentary. She really liked the look of that. And she'll watch Katie because we watched the Daphne fight because, she's like, the purple one, the purple one. So she's got that star power, right? She's got everything she needs. She's got all the straps. It's got to be Katie Taylor. You have to, purely for women's boxing, purely because I don't want Pearson to win. She's Belgian, isn't she?
It's like, you almost, it's one of them ones where like in a trilogy fight, you know, like the more Marquez and Pacquiao fought, it's like, listen, because I love Pacquiao. I know you don't. I love Pacquiao, but even
I respect
as they
him.
went,
I respect him. I just
there
don't.
you go.
Yeah.
But even as it went, I was like, I really want Marquez to take one of these because it's got to the point where it's like, this is fucking. There's only so many decisions where you're like, okay, give him one. So like, if they had a trilogy, I'd be happy for her to get her hand raised once, but in this one. I think it's Katie all night long. I think she'll put on a great show. I think she's going to swim and not get wet. You know, like she'll be in and out. Yeah. Because also too, like we said, she's cerebral. She will have learned from the last time. She'll know that, look, she can bang. She puts the fitness on Persoon, man.
Oh, like, the pressure was unbelievable, wasn't it? It was absolutely relentless.
That was some Joe Frazier shit. Like, you breathe, and you're going to breathe on the top of my head because I'm going to be there in front of you.
But then what you also learned from that fight is that Taylor can operate like that. She didn't back down. She didn't fold under it. She used all of her experience as the amateur that she was, the fucking illustrious amateur.
She took some digs, man. She was putting it on her for a while there.
Yeah, she needed that.
Which is really why I think she edged that, because the shots they were clean, and I mean both of them fought their hearts out. You know, both
great fight. Great fight.
I'll look forward to another one. I think it'll be another.
Me too. Before we go into main event, right? Main event is for the WBC Diamond Heavyweight Championship belt. Sure. It makes no sense whatsoever. Whatever the diamond, the emerald, they just make a belt and it becomes a thing. But apparently it come out today or last night that what that means is that if Fury doesn't fight Wilder within a certain amount of time, the WBC nearly has to promote Dillian to interim champion, which would make him full champion. And then AJ is ready to jump all over that to become undisputed champion, sort of, which would explain why AJ is there, which would also explain why Eddie has allowed for this to, because it's such a risk when you've been mandatory for 3 years and you can say that you're being avoided. You've had all of the stuff out of this week that he's put Fury on his ass in sparring, but it's only sparring and all this other stuff going on. You really, it kind of does make sense now. Yeah. That, because, you know, for Dillian, if that was he beats Povetkin from whatever series of events happens, he now fights AJ. They'll have to give Pulev a couple of mil of step aside money, but that is worth it tenfold in what they'll make in a British undisputed champ. You know, everything that happened with Ruiz is completely neutralized. You have the chance of making him the new Lennox. Lennox will come out and beef him, blah, 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 blah. But then you've still got Fury, who is the lineal champion. Yep. Who hasn't lost any of the belts. And to be fair, has all of the belts still, really. Yeah. And then he's got none of the belts, which is a piss take. But yeah, Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin. Now, Povetkin looks so much like retired Ricky Hatton. It's unbelievable. He just looks like
that is facts. That is
he just looks facts. That he has that same breeze block, square head, with the haircut that looks like he's had the same. Yeah, he's had the same Supercuts haircut since it was the USSR. But he is a wicked fighter, and
he fucking is. And he's like
2 losses.
Super
2 losses. That's it.
And the losses to AJ and Klitschko. I mean,
fine. Dillian, to be fair, has only got 1.
Yep.
And again, AJ again. He's a totally different fighter now, though.
Yes.
He's so much better. He's so much fitter. He's so much stronger. He's got Dave Caldwell.
He looked in great shape too. At the see him at the press event with his top off. He looked like he's in great nick. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Sasha's always underrated going into the fights.
Yep.
I think this is a super.
Why though? It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Guys, it's like B-Hop, you know, where they're saying he's old for like 15 years and he just keeps fighting, keep winning, and keep like just at the highest level.
How old is he though? He ain't even that old.
I don't know. He's one of them guys as well too, where it's like, is that really your age? Like,
yeah.
But he's getting on. I think he's 40 or something, man.
That's just a heavyweight, isn't it?
Yeah. It is finally starting to show in him, I think, a little bit. Like in that Hunter fight, it was...
Yeah.
That would have gone very differently if that was a few years earlier. Do you know what I mean? Like that explosiveness that he had wasn't quite... Just some of the cracks starting to show. But that being said, man, fucking look at the AJ fight. He was there for it. You know what I mean? He always comes to fight. He's never just going to lay down. Dillian is the same. He is up for it. Except for that one fight where he jumped in, he's overweight. He was even saying it straight after, like, this is just to get the rounds in. Other than that, the man's there every single time for a fight. What, 27-1, 18 KOs.
Yep. One MMA fight, sure.
Yeah. He's got that title shot in his sights. I think he is just going to be... he throws everything in the kitchen sink in every really fucking punch anyway. It's going to be even more of that.
That's the thing to watch out for, right? Because in the past few fights where, for whatever reason, Povetkin has been very active, right? He fought Fury. They've had him out on Matchroom cards a lot. And they've used him as almost like their own gatekeeper, including it's a weird situation where obviously they're paying him decent cash. He's always up for doing it. But like he has been rattled a few times. And it seems to be when people go forward that he doesn't, he doesn't like being backed up. He can't really manage that well being attacked. For whatever reason, which is weird.
He's used to being the predator.
Yeah, and, he really is.
When it's the prey.
Good luck with that with Dillian.
Yeah.
Right? Good luck with that because he is all just aggressive, body, head, doubles, everything he wants to hurt you with. He wants...
They call him body snatcher for a reason. Fuck
exactly.
Them, they're dirty.
He fights like he's got a UFC KO bonus waiting for him.
Oh, yeah, man. Like you owe him money. He's there to collect.
Yep. And I have to say that him and Eddie interviews are some of my favorite.
Gold.
Yeah. When he's
I had a tough upbringing too, mate. The caviar sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I had a silver spoon and I turned it into a gold one. What do you want? Yeah. I didn't eat for 4 days when I was a kid growing up. I didn't. Yeah. Big. Only because I want Dillian to get his shot. I'm 100% Dillian on this one.
Yep.
Yeah. I want the man in the purple suit. I want the man who's having the face off. You're a goat. You're a goat. You're a donkey. Like, how far was that game going to go before it all kicked off? Right. He is for lack of another saying, he is very much so a man's man. It's hard not to like Dillian. It's hard not to find him funny. I like how aggy he is. Eddie was saying that they've had to do something because the bubbles that they're all in. He's genuinely concerned that if Povetkin
they're going to roll down to us,
they're going to have it because it's just how he is. And to be fair, I don't doubt that because he's
sure.
like in the middle of like a BBC interview about how things are, and he's talking about getting the goons out, and it's like, mate, we've forgotten all of our media training, have we, Dillian? But I would love that to be a Dillian. I want it to be a KO. I want it to be a face down left hook sleeper.
Oof.
That sends a message out there to everyone because Povetkin's no mug. He's really no mug. He's no mug. He's tough as shit. Incredibly skilled. If you go on Wikipedia and look at his accolades as an amateur, it doesn't even tell you his amateur record. It just tells you like Russian champ, Junior Olympics, fucking Commonwealth, this. It's just, it's 17 to 25 lines of just amateur achievements without his other stuff. He's a geezer. You saying Dillian?
Oh, big time, mate. Big time.
Yeah? Saying Dillian stoppage? Price hurt him. Bad.
Fuck it. Yeah. Especially with so much on the line. Yeah. I don't want to discredit Sasha because he's hard as fuck.
Yeah,
but,
he is.
With this, I think, the explosiveness is really going to come out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to the final bell, but yeah, fuck it, let's make it all go stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Price hurt him, and I know
Yeah.
Price is a massive man and a massive puncher,
and he's got a massive bang on him. But
yeah, he really
so
had.
does Povetkin, because fuck me, that was nasty. That KO.
Yeah, that was an assault, wasn't it? But yeah, we got to go British. We got to go Dillian.
Yeah.
You know, you're not British, but you're from the Commonwealth. Therefore,
that's it, mate. That's it by proxy.
Yeah,
that's why I'm going with Katie. You know, got to fucking get the.
You have to. I mean, she's Irish. It's a bit different. My wife's of Irish descent. You never know, right? That is the entire card. It is pay-per-view. It is $22.95. We did go over that on the last episode.
Unfortunately, we have no discount codes for that.
No, unfortunately not.
Fucking typing them in ourselves.
The more I'm looking at the card, the more I'm not that angry about it. I still think
they match up well. They do match up well.
I think for I mean, we've got a global title on the line, so
that alone should fucking do it.
Yeah, there's 15
Masters of the Universe title will be next.
But it's a good card. It's much more likely that you're going to share that pay-per-view where you're going to have people round.
Yeah.
As opposed to one of the ones where you sit on your own.
Apart.
Yeah, fucking social distance. Is that even like? Does anyone care anymore? Like, you're out and about on the bicycle, right? I'm out and about all the time. No one gives a fuck anymore. Like,
some lady does. She fucking almost got run over trying to social distance from me. She was like,
right, what is going to happen? Like, you're meant to be in contact with people. Yes, just stay inside. I think that might be everything that we've got to say today, because we've done a lot of talking. The sound is remedied.
Exquisite. Professional,
gravelly, velvety.
We're going to get off this and jump on our phone sex jobs that we do straight after this.
ASMR, backup. The one piece of feedback that I've had is that people liked, in the early YouTube videos from the setup, they liked the Street Fighter logo as like the third thing. But maybe what we do is we just emboss a little thing in the bottom right or bottom left or every single corner, just to let them know that we still care. Or if there's a way to do it where we put it the Coffee and Combat Cuties text going around the back, just to let people know that, again, we care, but it also watermarks it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much for the support. We are now firmly in 4 figures of downloads. We're we're not even a month in, and we're already just raking in cash. The YouTube, I'm always surprised when things go all right, because I'm a pessimist for sure. But I have to admit, I am very, very, very thankful for everyone that has supported this. And
big time.
As I said, early episodes, there are legit haters in my life that have been very complimentary of this. And these are the sort of people that would be like, oh, yeah, your nan died. How am I going to get sucked off now? They're that sort of person. they're literally that sort of person. Yeah. Oh, your granddad passed away. Oh, I suppose I'll be able to sleep with your nan again then. That kind of stuff. But they've been really complimentary.
Savage.
Yeah, of the podcast. And, thank you everyone to listening. If you could please share it to any one of your friends that you think might like it. You don't have to be a boxing fan for the history ones. The history ones, I get feedback like from people that you would never expect. Breathwork hippies that are on the verge of being Wiccans enjoyed the shit out of the Valero episode. You're talking about people that talk about what planet that their soul is from, and you're like, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you had a good time. But if everyone could rate, review, subscribe, and if you leave a particularly clever or funny or emotion, I wouldn't mind emotion. I wouldn't mind like a story that I was feeling really down and I was considering just trying to, eat myself to death with only jelly, some shit, right? One of those ones, someone that's put a little bit of thought in it, a little bit of an abstract thinker, adds a serious review to iTunes for us. You are in the running to win 2 pairs of RS1 Rival sparring gloves. They are sensational gloves. They are 160 quid a pop. Streetz and I are pouring cash into building this out. I've mentioned this before, that to me and Streetz, we have probably until Christmas to be making 32 grand a month each from this podcast. Otherwise, we designate it as a complete and utter failure. Failure, right? If it's 30 each, failure, right?
That's it, we're out.
32 min. Numbers have to keep going up. People have to keep subscribing. People have to keep rating and reviewing, right? Not here to fuck about. You here to fuck about?
No, man, that caviar ain't going to buy itself.
No. To quote Matthew McConaughey in Eastbound and Down, I'm here to suck my dreams dick. Big. Right?
That's a t-shirt waiting to happen.
I'm ready to tickle balls. I'm ready to just gag. I'm going, right? There is no way that this does not succeed. This has been a 5-minute-ish rant towards the end of things because I've been quite subdued. The kids have taken a lot of energy out of me tonight. Right? Streetz,
the blue's
else you want to add?
Now.
Oh, no, I ain't taking any blue because I'm saving that for the haggler one. Because as we went over, I've only got one left. Because I've been taking all of them in one clip, and I like a moron.
I cannot wait for haggler, mate. I cannot wait for that.
I have been doing a lot of reading and a lot of viewing today on Marvin.
It's the best excuse for research to just rewatch classics. Fucking hell.
Yeah. So, babe, got the headphones on, doing work.
You handle the kids.
Please tell me where people can find you, my friend.
They can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. They can find us on our website, coffeeandcombatcuties.com, or they can go to CoffCom Cuties. Is that right for the latest episode?
Booyah, booyah. Yep. That will take you now to Apple, because we were doing Spotify for a bit. We're doing decent on Spotify, but the reading that I've done, apparently 70% of podcasts are listened via iTunes. So
we'll come back when they give us the check.
Yeah, Spotify's doing its own thing. You know, they're starting to get to the stage where they're asking me to upgrade my membership to a paid one, because who the fuck pays for Spotify?
And they can't leave reviews. Hence, we give away 2 to Apple, so it's probably better you go there anyway.
There you go, 2 to Apple. You're in the run-in to win those gloves. Like, rate, subscribe, review. Everything is on YouTube now. Streetz whips those up. He puts delicious little arts on there. He does immense highlight videos for the history eps. He's already done the haggler one, which was very impressive. He banged that out double quick. That will be all for this week. We're going to do this one. This one's dropping Friday morning.
Yep.
In prep. The caveat always with these Corona cards is that anyone can catch a dose of Rona. Anyone can get Kung Flu and be taken off of the card. So yeah,
fingers and toes crossed it don't happen.
We're recording this on Wednesday evening. We're trying to leave it as late as possible, but you know, Friday morning when the weigh-ins happen, who knows? Who knows? Streetz at Ian Streetz on Instagram. You can go to primarkstatham.com or jarrulofpt.com, which will take you straight to my Instagram, because I am the Ja Rule of personal training. And a budget version of Jason Statham without the cash. What do you want? And sick tats. What? Boom. Coffeeandcombatcuties.com, coffcomcuties.com will take you to the latest episode. That's all. I've got nothing else. Streetz, you?
That's it. All over it, mate.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too, darling. See you.